What was the hardest thing to survive? When you sit tonight here thinking, one of the most hardest things to survive?
That would be growing up without a biological parent. You know, we were raised by our aunt, and we appreciate that. We owe her a lot. A lot of credit goes to her. We were also raised by my dad's siblings, but all our other cousins had their parents there, mom and dad, even though, like one of my cousins, her parents were divorced, but she still had, the both of them there. And for us, it was this feeling of abandonment. It's this feeling of abandonment. And my brother, he was way more intelligent than I was. He was more emotionally intelligent than I was. He could articulate things differently than I had. And, he would, that feeling of being left by our parents, like discarded almost, as if like feeling not wanted. They didn't want us. So they just, my mom, she remarried, and I had a lot of anger towards her growing up for the decisions that she had made. And my brother was always there being my counselor, like, it's okay, she had to do what she had to do to survive. Our dad wasn't an easy man to live with, so he was always like sort of pacifying my emotions. And I think because he was older, he remembered them differently and he internalized them differently than I.
You made peace with your mom and dad now?
Yes, I think there was never any hostility between me and my dad. Me and my dad, our relationship is a beautiful one. We are very close, even though I spent most of my life away from him. I think like after having my daughter, my third child, 8 years ago, was when I really came to have a good relationship with my father and learning about him. And I think he's been, because prior to that he was always in and out of prison. So after having my third child was when I actually developed a good relationship with my father. And for my mom, I think it was during COVID. Yes, I had a very hard heart growing up. I had carried a lot of anger, carried a lot of anger and a lot of frustration to be carried in one tiny body, and my brother and I carried this everywhere we went. And I thought to myself, how could she leave us? We were so tiny. And I look at pictures, right, of my brother and I. We were so cute. We were so adorable. And I'm thinking, like, how could she do, how could they do this? Da, 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 da. And I thought to myself, maybe I don't understand. Maybe I need to be a mom in order to understand, like, what she felt or what made her do what she did. And then I became a mom, and I hated her even more. But then, thankfully, the Lord, my Jesus, touched my heart, softened it, and he allowed me the opportunity to make amends with my mom